Hi, I'm the Alabama Yankee, and I am thrilled to share with you how I improved my circa 1983 kitchen for very little dollars, at least from the countertop perspective. I had a Formica countertop and a laminate countertop, and I chose to try the Giani Countertop Refinishing Kit. I bought it from Amazon. It was about $70. I chose the white diamond version because I was starting with a gray backsplash. I had put that on a couple of years ago. I wasn't particularly enamored with the gray backsplash, but it was already back there. It does protect the wall. It works fine, so I'll just leave it. But I got the white diamond Giani Kit. At the same time, I purchased a replacement sink. I went from 2 bays in the sink to one. The sink was about $100. I bought it from Home Depot. The thing that made it $100 was it was 20 gauge instead of 18 gauge, which means it's slightly thinner than most of the sinks that were like $200. But again, I'm an eligible bachelor, so I don't think I need to spend the extra money. I've become very cheap. I wear that as a badge of honor. What does this Giani kit involve? First of all, I'll tell you that it comes virtually complete. I say virtually because if you want to paint little veins in to make it look like there's like veins in the granite, then you get almost a kid's little paintbrush that they might use in kindergarten. I bought 3 or 4 of them from the dollar store for like $3. And basically, you don't have to have them, but if you want to draw the lines, you do. So everything comes complete. Everything is organized. It comes with a very simple instructions, although the text size on the instructions was a little bit of a challenge for my eyes. Fortunately, you can go to their website or go to YouTube, and they have excellent corporate created tutorials. And they had one tutorial that covered sort of their basic process no matter what color paint you're using. And then they had 2 tutorials specifically for the white diamond. One was like a brief 3-minute for people that have short attention spans like myself. And then they had another one for like 15 minutes. And I watched them all, actually. And I'm glad I did. And as I was going through the process, I actually referred back to them. So that all worked out great. Again, I want to give them an A++ for their organization, which translates to my organization. So you don't have to worry about, will you know what to do? You get the kit, you read the instructions, you follow what they say in the tutorials, and you're going to do fine. So you start out putting the primer on. They give you the roller, they give you a little foam brush, and the primer is this jet black. You let it set first. They tell you how long, and then you put another coat on. And I let it set overnight. I think 8 hours they want you to let it set. I just let it set overnight. The next day, you go in with a natural sponge, and you cut it into 3 pieces. And then they tell you the order that you dab the colors on. And I'm not going to go through that. You can watch those videos, but I would just tell you it was fun. I felt like I was in kindergarten again, and that was a long time ago. So I haven't had that much fun with paint in a long time. So you're dabbing it on, you're dabbing the next color on, and after a while you're like, wee, this is fun. And then if you want, optionally, you can draw some veins in. And I did draw some veins in. By the way my Formica was, there was a seam in the middle, and you put a little wood putty in there, and you kind of smooth it down. And I made one of those little vein things sort of wrap around it to sort of throw off the eye. I don't think anybody can see it. I don't care if they do. So that's what I did. Now, after you do the 3 colors and you do the vein, and you can then, if you do the vein, you then choose one, or you take the last color and you kind of lighten up the vein a little bit so it looks a lot more natural. You let that set, and then you put a top coat on there. You put a couple layers of the top coat on there. I don't know if it's a polyurethane, but it behaves like it's a polyurethane. And again, they give you the foam, they give you the roller, and you roll it on, and the thing just dries perfectly. It just dries absolutely clear, and it looks really good. I mean, the videos capture it, but it really does look really good. I was very impressed with myself. I went like, wow. Especially impressed that it was $70. Now, how well will it grip? Now, you're supposed to let it set for a few days before you actually try to use it, and then really they say it keeps on setting until for a couple weeks. So I'm going to choose not to put anything on it. I will tell you that I had a plumber put in the sink, and when he went to put in the new sink, he had to expand the opening a little bit with a reciprocating saw. And so he took a strip of the cabinet top out, which included some of the paint, right? And much to my pleasure and surprise, when I examined that piece, the paint held right on, and it was the actual formica came off the wood before the paint came off the formica. Now, again, I don't know how it's going to hold up in a rough and tough derby of life. If I had kids or teenagers, I might be a little hesitant to use this. You might just have to, fork over $500 or $1,000 and get a new cabinet top, whatever it's going to cost. But or countertop, whatever it's going to cost. But for me, I'm happy with it. $70. I walk in that kitchen and it's like a spiritual experience now. It's like between that sink and the countertop, I am really happy. And then of course I use the repose paint on the bottom to give it a little soft touch. So I'm delighted. If you look at the before and afters, there's no comparison. It really looks good. I'm going to give the Giani countertop a big thumbs up. Just the only caveat is, again, if you have kids that would be rough with it, I'm not sure about that. You might want to try to get some other opinions. But if you're going to, be an adult about it, as far as the way you treat your countertop, then it should hold up. And, if I get 3 or 5 years out of it, I'm happy. I'm going to be happy. Anyhow, take care. This is the Alabama Yankee, over and out.